With more people getting COVID-19 tests, a viral social media post has some people asking questions as to whether or not the CDC discontinued the PCR tests. Here's our Verify team with the answer.
It's a claim shared on Twitter, Facebook, and Paul also writing our newsroom asking, did the CDC discontinue the PCR test for inaccuracy? Let's verify. Our sources include the CDC, the FDA, and experts Dr. Harry Hyman and Dr. Jeff Hogan. We know you're familiar with PCR tests at this point, but just in case, we're talking about polymerase chain reaction testing. The FDA calls these the gold standard for detecting COVID-19. But there's been questions after the CDC posted a lab alert, saying that after this year, the agency would no longer request emergency use authorization for its 2019 tests. Some took that as a sign that PCR tests are inaccurate, but that's false. The CDC says they're phasing out this one single type of PCR test developed early in the pandemic, encouraging labs use a newer version that screens for both the flu and COVID-19 at the same time.
It's important for people to realize that this test was developed in February 2020, a time when many people were racing to develop testing technology for the coronavirus. Now we're in an atmosphere where there are in the neighborhood of 300 FDA-approved tests, many of which are more efficient.
Because symptoms of COVID and the flu can be similar, efficiency could be critical with flu season around the corner.
By combining the ability to test these two pathogens essentially in one tube, that's going to save on manpower, cost, consumables, and get a result out a little bit quicker.
So while it's true the CDC will no longer request emergency use approval for one particular type of PCR test, claims suggesting PCR tests are inaccurate are false. The CDC confirmed their original PCR test is highly precise. They're just encouraging labs adopt their newer version to save time and resources.